In this podcast episode, Rory Sutherland, a prominent figure in the world of marketing and advertising, shares his insights on various aspects of marketing psychology, workplace dynamics, and societal trends. Sutherland begins by discussing the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on workplace dynamics. He notes that many companies are struggling to bring employees back to the office, particularly in sectors like technology, where remote work has become the norm. He emphasizes that while some degree of in-person collaboration is beneficial for creativity and serendipity, the traditional 5-day office workweek may not be necessary for everyone. Sutherland argues that allowing employees to choose their work environment can lead to increased productivity, as individuals can tailor their surroundings to suit their personal working styles. He also highlights the differences in workplace culture between the UK and the US. In the UK, there seems to be a more balanced approach to remote work, whereas in the US, many employees have moved far from their offices, leading to lower office occupancy rates. Sutherland suggests that this geographical dispersion may be a factor in the varying levels of employee engagement and productivity across different regions. He believes that companies need to adapt to these changes and find new ways to foster collaboration and connection among their teams. Sutherland discusses the concept of serendipity in the workplace, emphasizing its importance for creativity and innovation. He argues that while remote work has its advantages, it can also limit spontaneous interactions that often lead to new ideas and collaborations. He believes that certain tasks require in-person interaction to facilitate brainstorming and co-creation, which can be difficult to achieve in a virtual environment. To illustrate this point, Sutherland shares an anecdote about a friend who organized an in-person team-building event, expecting it to strengthen relationships among remote workers. However, the outcome was unexpected, as some team members ended up asking for pay raises after bonding over drinks. This highlights the complexities of workplace dynamics and the need for companies to carefully consider how they structure their teams and interactions. The conversation shifts to the psychological effects of commuting and how it shapes people's perceptions of work. Sutherland argues that the traditional view of commuting as a necessary evil is changing, especially as more people experience the benefits of remote work. He suggests that once individuals have tasted the freedom of working from home, the idea of commuting becomes increasingly unappealing. He also points out that the time spent commuting can be seen as wasted time, particularly when individuals realize they can be just as productive in a different environment. Sutherland believes that companies should consider the psychological impact of commuting on their employees and explore flexible work arrangements that prioritize well-being and productivity. Sutherland expresses disappointment at the lack of investment in innovative remote working technologies. He mentions a project called Google Starline, which aims to create a 3D video conferencing experience, but notes that such advancements are still in development. He argues that companies need to rethink their office layouts and invest in technology that supports remote work, such as private pods for video calls and collaborative spaces that encourage interaction. He also highlights the architectural challenges that arise from the shift to remote work. Many offices are not equipped to handle the frequency of video calls, leading to a mismatch between the needs of employees and the available resources. Sutherland believes that companies must adapt their physical spaces to better accommodate the changing nature of work and the increasing reliance on technology. Sutherland delves into the psychology of consumer behavior, discussing how people's preferences and decisions are influenced by their experiences. He argues that once individuals have experienced a new way of doing things, such as downloading music instead of buying CDs, they are unlikely to revert to the old methods. This phenomenon can be seen in various industries, including the automotive sector, where electric cars are gaining popularity despite initial resistance. He emphasizes that understanding consumer behavior is crucial for businesses looking to innovate and stay relevant. Companies must recognize that people's preferences are not static and that they can change based on their experiences and the evolving market landscape. Sutherland believes that businesses should focus on creating positive experiences for consumers to foster loyalty and drive growth. The conversation shifts to the role of social media in marketing and how it has transformed the way brands engage with consumers. Sutherland notes that social media platforms have created new opportunities for brands to connect with their audiences, but they also come with challenges. He argues that companies must navigate the complexities of social media marketing while remaining authentic and true to their brand values. Sutherland also discusses the importance of storytelling in marketing, particularly in the age of social media. He believes that brands should focus on creating compelling narratives that resonate with their audiences, rather than simply pushing products. By doing so, companies can build stronger connections with consumers and foster brand loyalty. Sutherland critiques the tendency of businesses to prioritize short-term gains over long-term growth. He argues that this mindset can lead to a focus on immediate results, such as quarterly financial reports, at the expense of sustainable growth and innovation. He believes that companies should adopt a more holistic approach to decision-making, considering the long-term implications of their actions. He also highlights the importance of investing in brand building and customer experience, rather than solely focusing on short-term performance metrics. Sutherland suggests that businesses should take a step back and evaluate their strategies to ensure they are aligned with their long-term goals and values. Sutherland emphasizes the importance of trust in business relationships, both between companies and their customers and among employees. He argues that trust is a critical component of successful marketing and that brands must work to build and maintain trust with their audiences. This can be achieved through transparency, authenticity, and a commitment to delivering value. He also discusses the role of trust in employee engagement and productivity. Sutherland believes that companies that foster a culture of trust and collaboration are more likely to see positive outcomes in terms of employee satisfaction and performance. By prioritizing trust, businesses can create a more positive work environment and drive better results. The conversation touches on the issue of wealth inequality and its psychological effects on society. Sutherland argues that extreme wealth inequality can lead to feelings of resentment and disconnection among individuals. He believes that addressing these disparities is essential for fostering a more cohesive and harmonious society. He also discusses the importance of creating opportunities for individuals from diverse backgrounds to succeed. Sutherland suggests that businesses should focus on promoting inclusivity and equity within their organizations to help bridge the gap between different socioeconomic groups. By doing so, companies can contribute to a more equitable society and enhance their own long-term success. Sutherland concludes the conversation by discussing the future of marketing and the need for businesses to adapt to changing consumer preferences and technological advancements. He believes that companies must embrace innovation and be willing to experiment with new approaches to stay relevant in an increasingly competitive landscape. He also emphasizes the importance of understanding the psychological factors that drive consumer behavior. By leveraging insights from psychology, businesses can create more effective marketing strategies that resonate with their audiences and drive engagement. Sutherland believes that the future of marketing lies in a deeper understanding of human behavior and the ability to connect with consumers on a meaningful level.